And this is a huge mistake that even I saw so many players do. Even I saw some Gumayushi doing this sometimes. If you know your comp is not insanely strong level 1, if you know that by them face checking you don't one-shot them and they can trade back easily, they have Ashe with little tempo, Jinx with little tempo, you play only with Senna or you play with a support that doesn't have like brute CC, and you don't really have a consistent damage per second to kill the enemy, it's stupid to stay here and cheese. What's going on, guys? Besides here, and in today's video we're gonna analyze early game AD carry. We're actually gonna take 3 challenger players, so it's gonna be 3 challenger games, AD carry plus support. We're gonna analyze what they do, how they play early game, what they do with the wave, when do they trade, when do they back, when do they recall. This is amazing. If you are below Grandmaster, you gotta watch this video minimum 2 times. Enjoy this. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching, and let's get started. KDF Taiwoon. So this is a pro player from Korea. So we're actually going to watch 3 games of him to see how he plays and how he abuses people. So the first one is going to be with Caitlyn. So obviously, if you want to see some context, he picked Caitlyn first pick because obviously, well, not first because he picked Bard first pick. He went Caitlyn after the Bard, but he knows he can play early game really aggressive. Even if he would Caitlyn first pick, they can't really pick too many things against Caitlyn. So he just goes Kate. This guy goes Karma, Senna, Ashe, support. They all really good with Caitlyn. So the game plan right here is very simple. What he should be looking to do, he should be looking to push because he's playing Caitlyn Karma. It's a Bard Ziggs. So into the Bard Ziggs, it's like pretty easy to play. Why is it easy to play? Well, it's pretty simple. It's easy to play because you can easily push. And if you can easily push, then you can easily play the game. If you can easily push, you can put traps into the towers. Gonna be really hard, easy. He goes for 3 potions into longsword because obviously he just wants to play to poke, he just wants to play to push, he doesn't really need 100 HP. He already asked his jungle if he shouldn't leash. And obviously since he plays Karma, Caitlyn, 2 range champions, long range champions with poke, you do not leash, you do not want to leash. So this is actually really good what he does. He will just take the priority of the brushes, and let's see how he plays level 1. And of course, since it's Korea right here, the enemies didn't also leash. Why? It's because when you play against Caitlyn Karma, if you give up prior, if you have to leash, you are screwed. So right now, what our challenger player is gonna do is gonna push like a psycho here. They're gonna zone. So what should Karma do? She should play into the brush, and preferably she should hold her Q, because if she throws the Q and she misses, the enemy can walk up. So what she's gonna do, she's gonna wait Bard to stay here. She's gonna hold the Q, she won't use it, and she will only use it if Bard is like really close, or if she has a reliable Q. If she knows the Q is definitely gonna hit, then she will throw it. For example, she can throw it here on the minions, and he hits the minions, and a little bit also the Ziggs here, like close to the minions is also. What AD carry should do is push, and as he's pushing, he should poke. What the support should do is simply zone, and once she doesn't have Q, she should go into the brush, and when she has like 2 seconds on the Q, she should just walk up into this brush. What Bard should do, he should respect. He should just play it safe and not get poked too much, but he has to contest the brush. He has to go around the brush, because if he just backs off, then Ziggs doesn't get access to farm. And what Ziggs needs to do is to try to de-push the wave, to try to hit the minions constantly, to try to make sure the Caitlyn doesn't push as fast, which he can't do because he's getting zoned away. So now they both stay into the brush, so they try to zone, and obviously this is going to be very hard. Bard tries to contest Karma. This is not because they want to win the lane. This is simply because in order for them to contest the wave, Ziggs and Bard should actually fight them. And of course with Caitlyn Karma, they really just want to zone. They want to zone them. They can't do much. So what he's going to do here, he will try to slow push 2 waves or 3 waves, and he will try to just always step into the brush. He can tank a little bit the minions because he has 3 potions, and he also has fleet footwork. So this is not bad what he's doing. Also, he sees enemy jungle being top, so he can play wherever, how aggressive he wants to. Now he actually wanted to ward, but he actually decided to not ward because Graves is top. I think he didn't see Graves top, and I don't think he should put a ward in my opinion, since he saw Graves top. Now he just needs to crush this wave, and then he shouldn't recall here. He could because he has like Khal here after the cannon, but since they are into the tower, they should easily abuse this with Karma and Caitlyn because they have lots of poke. What Bard does is he's going in Fog of War right here, just because he knows that this is a pro player most likely, or like challenger support, so they expect the Bard E over the wall. So Bard is hoping, hey, if I stay into the brush, Caitlyn will have a brain and she will back off, because they will know that he's gonna go on me. So they don't take the bait, they know Graves is top, so They just don't bake off. It's that simple. And now they're just gonna push, get plates. So what they need to do is push continuously. The reason why they should keep pushing is because it's easier for them to poke them into the tower by pushing. There is no reason why you would be scared here of the enemy jungle, and that would be the only reason why you would not push here. Maybe if the enemy jungle is like Elise, or you're low, or a jungle that can easily kill you. But in this specific case, not only that, it's a Graves. He can't really do much with just a Bard, no CC, nothing, and they're also kind of chunked. Second of all, Graves was stopped, so there is no reason to not push. So this rule is, when you play double long range, and you know you can poke them or bully them, or when you play against double poke range, ask your jungle to not leash, and ask him in a very friendly way, because it will gain you a big advantage. Now Ziggs just TPs, he pushes the wave, he recalls, he does not want to stay in the lane. He's probably gonna go for something with a refillable potion, since the fillable is broken in this lane. So don't leash. If you play against a poke lane really hard, like this Caitlyn Karma, double champions that have poke, or if you play the two champions that have poke, you play Ezreal and your support is like Karma or Lux, you should ask for no leash if possible, because it will help you. And after that, obviously the one that is going to get the push is going to win the lane. So really important to do level 1 the push. Are you an AD carry main struggling to make an impact in your games? Is your damage output disappointingly low, leaving you feeling frustrated and powerless in the role you love? Introducing our specialized coaching program designed to supercharge your AD carry performance. Imagine a world where your damage, decision making and farming skills are 10 times better, and the outcome of your games is no longer left to chance. Meet Chase. Just like you, he was once stuck in the same position, facing low damage and inconsistency in his games. Let's see what happened after his coaching experience, from Diamond 4 to Master Tier. Wow! And here is Jordan and Brett. Both transformed into formidable AD carry after the coaching session. These success stories aren't just isolated cases, they are a part of a community of over 3,243 players who benefited from the coaching program. If it worked for them, why not for you? Picture yourself as an unstoppable AD carry. It's not a dream, it's your potential with the coaching session. Don't wait any longer, visit Visite.com, book your coaching and become the AD carry the enemy team hates to play against. And if you are Ziggs and you actually in this lane and you actually see the Caitlyn leashing, because this will happen in low elo, then you can push her and you can win a laning phase like this. It's the same happens if you play Vayne against Caitlyn Karma. If you play any lane against Caitlyn Karma, this is what it should be. It should be the case. You should look to push and ask to not leash, and obviously be careful of the enemy jungle. If you know he can come or he has a reliable way to kill you, you should consider to not pushing and play it slower. Maybe slow push, just play it slower, don't actually just fast push. But if you know you can easily poke them into the tower and the jungle can't kill you, you should push like a psycho. This guy, he has 60 farm in 6 minutes, and this game for Ziggs is very unplayable. He can't do much. He really can't do much, and this is really the secret on Caitlyn. Caitlyn wants to win the laning phase, and you gotta have a CS lead, which this guy actually shows us how to do in the first 7 minutes. I'm really surprised to see how much farm does he have. This is Challenger also, so Ziggs knows how to farm into the tower really well. He has 45 farm, so he has 23 farm difference. It is huge in 7 minutes though. It's a kill and a half. 15 farm is a kill. In low elo, Ziggs is probably gonna have around 30 farm and you have like 60. It's like really good strategy. Let's see the next game right now. In this one, he plays Jinx. Same rank, Challenger. Alistar, Kai'Sa is the enemy team, and he has a Melio. Jinx, Melio, they have a long range. They have really good range. So what he should be doing, this is a double range comp. Melio with Jinx. If you're good with Jinx, which he is, he knows that Alistar is useless level 1, and also Kai'Sa is kind of useless level 1 against Caitlyn, Aphelios, Jinx, or champions that have a lot of range. So what he's gonna do, in my opinion, he will not leash. Again, same thing, he will go in the lane and try to poke at level 1. In this lane, the main job is not to push, but the main job is to poke Kai'Sa with the Q, because they have significantly more range. Now, the only problem is that if they are here, they'll probably just expect this, but they will win this really hard hard if they are here, because Kai'Sa, Alistar, they're also weak level 1 against melee or Jinx. So what they will do with Kai'Sa, I don't think Kai'Sa will leash. Yeah, they will be here, they'll try to push the wave, and yeah, this is the only way Alistar has a chance level 1, if he flashes like this. Because if wave is gonna come here and the enemy wave is gonna be here, he's gonna be in the middle, Alistar is useless. Alistar has to stay in the brush, and if Milio walks up, Alistar has to back off. So there is no way Alistar in Challenger, in Bronze, in Silver can play the game level 1 unless he flashes like this. He knows that Kai'Sa has a significant isolated Q plus passive damage if we fight hard. So he knows, hey, do I play safe into the brush, back off and respect them and just give up all of the lane because I'm level 1, and that's what I should be doing in general. And I know that they are gonna zone the fuck, like, a lot, like they're gonna zone me. Or do I flash now, I chunk them a little bit to half HP, or I force their flash, and at least now I will have more pressure. And we see that what Milio does right here. Milio starts W. This is very insane, because W of the Milio has a lot of healing. This is really good, and in Korea you will see very creative players. So now Jinx is gonna ghost, and she tries to go onto the Jinx onto the Kai'Sa melee range, and then now because she has more range, she is not scared to trade. She has a potion right now, so this was very good by the Alistar. But now, since he knows that he has more range on Jinx, what he wants to do, he's using the first three rockets on the minions here. He tries to push us a little bit, and then now he tries to use his range. We can see that he Q'd the Kai'Sa, but he did not get hit by the Kai'Sa. We mentioned the lack of range that the Kai'Sa and the Alistar actually have in this specific situation. This is what they're gonna do. They're gonna try to push the wave a little bit, and then after they hit the wave a little bit, they will try to poke because they do have more range. And this is what we're gonna see right here. At this position, there is no reason to push for her, for the Jinx, right? Why? It's very simple. It's because right now, in this specific situation, they are zoned out. Alistar is level 1, they can't get access to XP, Melee is gonna be here, Jinx is gonna be here, they will zone, we Q on Jinx, we zone them, enemy jungle can't be here because we see him, Jax invading right there. So all what he's gonna do is gonna last hit the minions, and he's just gonna play very aggressive with the poking. So this is what he's gonna do. So now on the third wave, he can prepare a cheater recall, or he can just prepare, like he can just even stay because he has his flash up and they are quite low into the tower. So obviously if they are low into the tower, you should avoid the cheater recalls. So now they're a bit scared of the jungle, but they will still keep pushing, because in this specific case, the guy still has flash. So now he still pushes, he just is on top of her, then tries to get Lee Sin into the tower. That was beautiful. So in my opinion, the mistake here that she did is that you can perma push the wave. You can perma push the wave here. You have to crush, because if you don't crush, you're dead. Like they can freeze. The problem is that they had no vision on the enemy jungle. They had no vision, like even right here, right? They don't know what is Lee Sin. Like right now, they don't know what is Lee Sin, and they play this laning phase quite aggressively. So when you know where is the jungle and you know you're not killable, you can always push. The problem becomes when you know you can die against the enemy jungle. Lee Sin just invaded, he was there, so we didn't have information that he actually left bot lane. So in this specific situation, we can see Jinx she kept playing aggressive. I think what she should have done is simply she should have tell Milio to ward the Tribush, and they should just play a little bit safer. Especially because in this case, wasn't the wave in the tower anyways. This is a hard situation though, because the wave is really bad. Okay, is the cannon? Okay, the cannon actually got hit by the Alistar. I don't know why you would ever kill the cannon here as Alistar though. Maybe just for level 3, but if Lee Sin is coming, there's no reason for Alistar to do that. Yeah, I think this is a mistake that he doesn't respect Lee Sin. He probably thought he has flash and he can outplay this with flash, because he can get Lee Sin into the tower like this. But either ways, Lee Sin also has flash, I think. So this is a mistake. Now he has no flash against Alistar and Kai'Sa. So the rule is, every time when you want to push and you know you bully them, you should do it, unless you know that the enemy jungle has a high chance to kill you. If you have double range comp, after you push the wave a little bit, try to zone them and try to poke them. And obviously now we see the berserkers on first item on the Jinx, so that is quite good, because what does she wants to do? She wants to outrange Kai'Sa and Alistar, and she doesn't want to get combo. How does she do that better? She does that better with berserkers. Berserkers also help her to push faster, so this is a great way for him to be able to play the game properly. Now he's gonna just crush here. The wave is very bad, and after he crushes, he's just probably gonna keep staying here. No reason to recall, even though he has berserkers in base. So what's going to end up happening is that Alistar is they're gonna try to use this. So this is a mistake that many people do. They're like, oh, I pushed the wave into the tower. I have Berserker boots in base. I'm gonna recall, you know. No, you don't need to recall. You have a big wave into the tower. You can punish them. They will get the minions. So you can just bully them. For every minion they take, you can do like 50 damage on them. If there are like 10 minions, it's like 500 damage, right? So if you can do for each minion that dies, each minion that they last hit, you can actually do 50 damage. That's really good. It's really, really good. Because if you do that, then it's gonna be like, it's gonna actually add up a lot, right? So here, instead of recalling, unless you have Kraken Slayer, it's much better to use this wave to create a situation where you can actually poke them, because of the fact that they will be forced to stay for the wave. And this is what pro players do. Low players are like, oh, just to recall, recall. You don't need to recall if you know you can pressure the enemy. You can pressure the enemy significantly, and you can make them overextend. And I think he's a bit on autopilot. He's a bit on autopilot, trying to push this wave. He again keep pushes, and this is good that he's pushing because he has jungle behind, like in a very close proximity. If the jungle was at Raptors, then I wouldn't do it. But if the jungle is a super close proximity, I would push. So this is good. The problem is that the Viego actually left, and now he has Ghost. Is he gonna use Ghost? Is he gonna use his potion here? This is gonna be really insane. Okay, he tries to kite to the Viego, which is extremely smart. This is very smart by him. Did you guys see what he did? So not only that he's kiting, but this is a challenger kiting. This is how I see kiting. Do you guys see that he doesn't even turn back when he's kiting? Do you guys see that he doesn't stop his champion when he's kiting? This is a challenger Korea player. The reason why he doesn't kite back is because he knew that Kai'Sa was about to flash on her, and she needed the range. But if you just ghost and you try to run away and you don't turn back, you know that when you turn back, your champion stops. So the Kai'Sa plus the Alistar, if the combos are actually gonna be up again, you will get hit. So what he did here is extremely smart. What he did is like, he was like, hey, I'm not gonna turn back, because by turning back, by trying to auto attack back, by trying to kite like a normal player will, obviously I'm gonna get damage. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna keep running, close my ass, keep running, hope for the best, run towards my teammates. GG, well played, GG. It's that simple. And he actually lived a 2 versus 4 or whatever that was, 2 versus 3 fight, and he actually come up on top. Wave is coming into him, and guess what? When the Jinx is 0-0 against Alistar and Kai'Sa, that means they lost the lane. Who? Wait, what do you mean, coach? If I'm 0-0 on Kai'Sa, do I lose the lane? Yes, you lost the lane. If you play Milio Jinx, which you scale 10 times better than Kai'Sa Alistar, if you're not 2-0 in the lane as Kai'Sa Alistar, you lost the lane. Because losing the lane, or like being equal in farm, being equal in levels, in a situation where the enemy team outscales really hard, especially on bot lane, is losing. If I play Vayne Yuumi and you play Karma with Senna, or Karma with Caitlyn, and I have the same farm as Caitlyn, or even 15 or 20 CS behind, but I didn't die as Vayne against Caitlyn, and I have Yuumi and they have Senna, I know I scale really better as Vayne, so I win the lane. Being 20 CS behind is winning the lane. This is why you also have to add context when you think about, did I win the lane, did I lose the lane? Ask yourself, what would the challenger player will think about your lane? Will he try to win the lane by killing? Will he try to get a CS advantage? Or will he try to just play to not lose the lane, like in a matchup where you want to do that and you are actually outscaling? And the last one is Ezrealovic, my favorite champ to play right now on AD carry. Let's see. So Bard with Ezreal, he has Leona, obviously same thing, they have double range. If they wouldn't leash, Jinx is gonna zone Ezreal level 1. So what they will do, they have to be careful into the brushes, obviously. They will stick into the brush, so I don't think they will just stay here and cheese, because they actually lose since Jinx has cleanse. Jinx can actually cleanse instantly. If she face checks here and she has the Bard behind, Bard can cube both of them, and they win this really hard because she has little tempo, and she has cleanse on the ignite and cleanse on the Leona Q. So what they will do, they will just poke, and this is a huge mistake that even I saw so many players do. Even I saw some Gumayushi doing this sometimes. If you know your comp is not insanely strong level 1, if you know that by them face checking you don't one shot them and they can trade back easily, they have Ashe with little tempo, Jinx with little tempo, you play only, maybe you play with Senna, or you play with a support that doesn't have like brute CC, and you don't really have a consistent damage per second to kill the enemy, it's stupid to stay here and cheese, to wait them to go in the brush and cheese when the waves are coming. It's better to just poke, and this happens in so many ranks. They cheese, people stay into the brush, and what's gonna end up happening is that they lose level 1. So what he does here, he tries to get prio. Very important, and as you guys can see here, he tried to Q on the Jinx. Interesting that Jinx got Q'd like this. She obviously wanted to get the push as well. Then now Leona gets the Q, he walks up, tries to auto attack, back off, gets the PTA. Remember, PTA makes your teammates do 8% more damage to the same target. It's not just the extra damage from the third auto attack. It's really important. So right now what it's gonna do, it's gonna try to get prio. The problem is that it's pretty hard against a Bard Jinx, because Jinx has more range than Ezreal, and Leona is again less range than Bard, so they will just give up priority. So now I like that how he preemptively backs off here. We see that they are just hitting level 2 and he just backs off. This is really good. And he doesn't really hit Q on the Jinx, he just waits, because he knows that even if a normal player will be like, oh, I can hit the Q on the Bard, right? Do more damage. No, you don't need to do more damage. You can't kill them anyways in the next 30 seconds. So what you gotta do is just keep your mana, use it on the minions, just play it safe. Do not Q. Do you guys see that he's trying to Q Bard or no? Do you guys think he's actually queuing the Jinx? No. He's just keeping his passive up so he can farm under the tower. So this is really good. He's gonna get pushed in here. And now Leona is going to go in very soon. So let's see how he's going to play here. I want to see the heal very early. So they're going to heal instantly because they know the enemy have ignite. So you E in, you heal immediately. Let's see. Okay, auto attack, backs off, E, auto, Q, auto. And then she flashes, but then it's just going to be, this is going to be GG. And now he's just going to end up dying. Overall, pretty good played. So here he just goes Tier. I see a lot of players going Shin. I feel like it's a bit greedy. But if you think you're going to win the lane like really hard, then you can. So let's see what's going to happen here. Wave is coming into him here, so theoretically he could just play safe. So in this case, we learn how to play safe and what to do when you're getting pushed in. You play safe, you work for the dive, you just wait your support, you play around your support more. You don't really want to do anything crazy. Wow, that was interesting. He actually lost the cannon for that. I don't recommend that. And now he's just gonna push because he knows that he chunked Jinx. So what he's gonna do is just gonna crush really fast because he just killed Jinx. So we learned about no leash concept as double poke. We learned what to do with the wave level 1. We learned when to go for the trade and when to zone the enemies and what to do level 1 specifically based on the matchup of support and based on the matchup of AD carry. We learned what the support is supposed to do in laning phase compared to what the enemy support is supposed to do in the laning phase. And if you play AD carry, obviously this is also really important for you. We learned about itemization on champions, when to go boots, when to not go boots, and we also learn about jungle tracking, about risk assessment and other amazing things in the laning phase. Guys, please let me know if you like this video. Let me know what you think about it. If you want to see more pro player analysis like this, or maybe you want to see me analyzing the pro players of mid-game macro, or maybe late game team fights, or anything else like this, let me know if you like this kind of content, and let me know what other kind of content you want to see on this content from me. Thank you so much guys for watching, and hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye. $5. If you have problems improving and getting better in the game faster but cannot afford booking coaching, on my Patreon you can access more than 627 VOD reviews, premium videos about how to wave management, mid-game macro, and tier lists that will show you the best champions to climb and to improve for your elo. And these are not on YouTube, this is only on Patreon, they're exclusive. Moreover, you can participate in the free coaching waiting list to get a premium VOD review. I'm giving away 2 free VOD reviews every single week. All what you need to do is simple 2-step process. Subscribe to my Patreon and share your OPGG, and voila, you are on the waiting list. You're gonna get a personalized VOD review for any game in your match history. For just $5, you get not only the free VOD review, but a whole bunch of exclusive benefits that will supercharge your gaming experience. It's a small investment for a big return. And it's just $5. It's no brainer, right? But here is the deal. You've got to act quickly. The waiting list is already filling up fast. 55 people already subscribed to the Patreon, and there are 6 people that they are on board. They are on the waiting list, and more are joining every moment. Now, do you want to secure your spot for a free VOD review? Go ahead on my Patreon and reserve it right now.